How are you? I'm so glad you made it this far. This part of the series is going to be uncut. What you're going to see is what you're going to get. So I'm going to read it through here and take you through it step by step. So I'll be reading through this section. So you'll see my eyes moving a little bit through here, but the whole idea is you're going to get the truth and you're going to get what's happened. So uncut, here we go. How I started my business way back all them years ago. It started with a dream. I had to think about how much money I needed for my salon and what sort of life I wanted. So for me, I had to work out how much money I wanted to buy a house where I wanted to buy it by the ocean. Once I worked that out, I had to work backwards to how much sort of a wage I needed. Well, for me, I needed about 150,000 take home. That's what I needed. So I set out my stall and thought, how am I going to get to this sort of amount of money? So what I needed to do, I had to work out that indirectly with taxes, I need about 200,000. I want about 150 take home, like I said. So I worked out how many staff I need to generate that sort of money. So I went backwards on my benchmarks that I already knew I had. So I knew the stock was always around 10%. So if you've got a good business, 10% is your stock. Your wage bill's around 30 to 50, and I'm really tight, so I like it at 30, and that's what I did it at. My rent was about 10%, and I think in the end I got it down to about 8%. And your general bills are anything between 18 to 20. So I knew that all my bills together were going to be about 70%, and 30% is going to be what profit, which is what I needed. So I worked out that if I want 20% of that, which is what's left, if once it's all gone, and the 30%, sorry, of the 200,000 is going to give me around 600,000 take-ins I need to do in my salon. I worked out that each sort of staff member is going to do about 150. So what I tried to work out then is how many staff members I needed. So I worked out we needed 4 staff members. So I got started off 4 staff members and me is my dream. But I didn't start like that. I started way back down with just me, a junior and a senior, and that's it. And within a year, I'd hit my target. I knew my goal, I knew my plan. So if you want to do the same as me, you've got to start working backwards. How much money do you want? You've got to picture your salon at the end. What's it actually going to be like, and how are you going to get there? Most people will say the same thing as me, and I will say the same thing as well. If I could multiply 10 of me, I'd be a millionaire. It's very hard to do that. Your staff aren't as passionate as you. They don't do what you're told. When you're not there, things don't go well. I'm a firm believer that automating your salon is the key to this. You're going to have to get some sort of automation going on. So what I did, I took every single facet of my business and I broke it down step by step. What I did was when I opened up my salon, instead of opening up at 9, I opened up at 10. And when we closed at 5, I closed at 4. And the first hour we did role playing and training. And the last hour we did role playing and training. And in between that, when we went through, if anything got broken down in the systems, we played it at the end of the day and we tried to fix it. That's what we did over and over and over again. It's not an easy fix to get what you want, but it is so easy once you automate. So for example, my cleaning, my greetings, my meetings, my consultations, even my foiling, we knew half of the foils, 80 foils flat. It was done exactly the same by every person who did it. My first year and my senior, we all did them exactly the same. With cutting, we knew what sort of cutting to do, the face shapes, the consultation, the coffee, the tea, you name it, everything that goes on in the salon, we broke it down every single step. We sat there and we ticked it off and we broke it down and then we scripted it so we couldn't make a mistake. Once the systems are in place, all you do is work the system and then you teach your staff the system. Going out there like I used to do and try and get the best staff, the fully booked staff, the ones with the clientele, they leave. You get the systems and no one can steal the system. It's a big job, but you do it one step at a time, over and over again. And that's how you do it. So what we did, any errors, and we made errors along the way. We regrouped, we replayed, we role played, and we did it again. The salon was systemized like a machine. I knew sitting at home if my rebook dropped below 35, 36, 37, 38%, I knew exactly what was wrong. If it went to 80%, I knew what we were doing right. And that's the key. Once it's systemized and you know your benchmarks as the owner, you know if things aren't going right or if someone's come along and they're breaking what you've already fixed. That's the difference between it. I set out my store with my staff. It was my way or the highway. And the clients loved it. They came in abundance. They came to see my first year, my second year, my third year, my seniors and myself. We all did the same. The blow dries were done to perfection. The foils were done to perfection. Systemizing your salon like that is so easy. Just sit there with a pad of post-it notes and write down every single section that a client touches, every section that you think you need to track that needs to be done. And it needs to be systemized and you need to show your team how to do it. It's as easy as that. In the next video, I'm going to show you exactly how I got my team to do it as well. Until then, keep well.